G'day guys, welcome back to VTA. This week we are getting ready for the Hayfield Vintage Machinery Rally, which is on the 20th and 21st in Hayfield, Victoria. We're going to take the Pacemaker. It's been running well and everything, but it's sounded a little rattly. I'd say the valves need adjusting because we haven't done that since we got it going. So I'm going to adjust the valve clearances. If you've seen our other videos, you'll see that it boils pretty regularly, and we believe that's because of the water pump. We do have another water pump just here, which came off the parts tractor that we got a few other things off. It's really good. I'm pretty sure the other one's really bad, so we'll get it apart and have a look. Also, while I'm doing this, Dad's going to be looking at the handbrake, the catch. You know, you press the button, you pull it back and to lock it in. The catch is sort of come apart, so we're going to it's essentially a strip of thread, so we're going to fix that however we can. So then we have a handbrake, because that is the only brake. And yeah, so get into it. I'm going to do the valves first because that's sort of top of my priority list. Okay, so I got the rock cover off. I've turned it to one, rocking on one. So it's top dead center compression here and on number 4. And that is way more than, I think they should be about 20 thou. So we're going to adjust these valves up and it should quieten it up nicely. But on the plus side, it's nice and oily up here. So we know oil is actually getting to the top of the motor. So I'm happy with that. We just got to adjust some valves. As you saw in the time lapse, we got the valves adjusted. Some of them were, the clearance was like 3 or 4 millimeters, so kind of to be expected. I sort of knew that it was going to need it when we put it all together because it really just needed to run and flush all the crap. There was a bit of crap sitting in the lifters, that sort of thing. So now that's all cleared out, it all loosened up. I've adjusted them and they seem much happier now. Dad's still working away here. What he's got to do is this panel section in here, probably fit from the top easier. This panel section in here, take that off so we can get the handbrake lever off. And then once we get the handbrake lever off, we'll be able to fix it and make it all happy again. So I'm going to dive into the water pump, which is very much like the 25 water pump that we did recently. Good thing I am too, because the fan's actually loose, which is not good. But that's all right, we'll fix that too. So there we have it. Water pump's off in my hand. As I said, this one really quite sad, very badly corroded. A lot of the parts of the fins are missing and whatnot. So I'm very much hoping that this one we've got here, being obviously in much better condition, is going to do what we want and make it the whole cooling system work that little bit better. So what we've noticed is the other tractor that we got the other one off didn't have this, it just had it plugged. And after figuring, we realized that what it actually does is it allows the water pump to actually suck some hot water from the top of the radiator back through the pump and push it through. Well, with how hot it's all getting, I think we're better off without it. As I said, it's been plugged on others, so I can't see it being a drama. This is obviously pretty badly stuck, so we're just going to put a bit of heat on it to get that out. We'll put a plug in it, and then we can put the water pump and everything back together, and hopefully we're going to solve our overheating issue. So Dad's putting a bit of heat on it. Got the spanner here waiting. Hopefully this is going to do what we need it to do.
That encourages it at all.
Well, that just broke. So, next plan.
Drill it out and tap it.
Probably drill it out and tap it like they just said. So, see how we go. What we ended up doing was cutting it off flush with the hacksaw, drilled it out to 15, 30 seconds, I think it is. And we've got a tap. We'll just tap it out and then we can whack a plug in it. Is the plan. Okay, so we got that drilled and tapped, put the plug in, and now we've got the top neck on. And as I was saying, this is the pump off the parts tractor. It's already plugged, so we're going to leave that as it is. Still got to clean it up, make a new gasket for it. So I've just gone and made a gasket for the water pump. It's obviously the same way that I made the 25, the video the other week, so I figured you didn't need to watch that. So that's all made up, and now I'm going to get stuck into fitting it. I will show you sort of how it all comes off. I did get one stud out. It would have been nice to get them all out, but they're a bit stuck in there and don't particularly feel like fighting it. So I'm going to clean up that mounting surface, getting it in around the lower hose. It's all a bit close. This one's still got a hose on it. I'll just pull that off. It's all a bit close together, so it is a bit tough, but it does go on. So I'll get stuck into that. So we've got it all assembled here now. As I said, got the water pump and everything on there. Bolted up tight. The fan's actually bolted tight now, so hopefully there's no chance of it rattling or coming off. So new water pump's in, got this one back on. We did pump some grease into the water pump while we had it off, so that's all good. The governor's back on, that's easy. It just sits in place essentially. It's quite easy to change. The linkages, throttle linkages and whatnot will hook back up. I've filled it with water. As you can see, nice and full. That is, you can sort of see in the picture the overflow pipe. So it's basically right on the edge of as full as it can get. But that means, of course, once it starts up, it's going to push water out the overflow. So once it does start, which I'll do here in a minute, you will see it leaking a bit of water, but that's just it finding its level. So I'm going to chuck the bonnet on it. And we're going to fire it up and see, hopefully the valves are all quiet, or hopefully it starts easy. Yeah, hopefully everything's good, because we want to take it to hayfield in a week. It's a week and a half now to hayfield, so yeah. Okay, so I just splashed a bit more fuel in it. Yeah, obviously we put water in it, we've done the water pump, all that sort of stuff. So my plan now is I'm going to fire it up. Yeah, this is the first start. I don't know if we'll start. I'll fill the valves and everything, but we'll find out, I'm sure. Open that up a bit. Fuel's on. Add gear. Yep, add gear. Let's see what she's going to do. We'll put a heap of choke on, see what that does. Alright, being cranky. Maybe it liked the valves being loose. Okay, found gloves. Just with no bit of plop or anything on the handle. It just rubs your hands raw if you're cranking it too much. I'm going to see what this thing wants and if it's going to start for me. Fuel in it. I couldn't splash a lot in the tank. Maybe I need to put more in. There's fuel in the bowl. Yeah, right. Can't imagine adjusting the valves and changing the water pump has made it this much harder to start. So we got it running there. Obviously, it took a bit more to get going. I think that's got a bit to do with the fact I've only got a very little bit of fuel in the tank. Normally I would have more than that, but I just didn't. There wasn't much in it. I had a jerry can, I just splashed some in. I think I'll probably, before we go to Hayfield in a week and a half, we will probably start it again and make sure it's a bit more happy, put a bit more fuel in it. But until then, I think I'm happy with it. I did forget to tighten this fitting here, which is just the oil fitting that goes to the governor and it oils the front gears and everything. But anyway, tighten that up and that's all good. So happy there. Dad's still working on the brakes. He will get that sorted. He's bought a few pieces to basically the catch that goes up in the handle, the rod that reaches the push button that allows you to lock and unlock the brake, is all rusted out. There's nothing left of it. So he's going to make a new one of them, put it all back together, put a new spring in it, and it should all work the way it's supposed to. I'll probably make another video to quickly button that one up. But thanks for watching, guys. We will see you on the next one. Please remember to like, subscribe, and all that stuff. Thanks. Bye.